So if you're a personal trainer and you essentially want to take your business online and work with online clients, and maybe you've looked at different ways of doing it and maybe different routes to take, then this is for you, because I've been helping personal trainers since 2018. And so I was helping trainers on the gym floor from 2018 to 2020. And then obviously the gyms closed and we had to start transitioning trainers online and doing online coaching. And back then we're helping people just essentially salvage their businesses from people losing their entire client base because of the lockdowns. And then it evolved into really understanding what online coaching actually was and how amazing online coaching can actually be for the client. And we started teaching that. And we also started teaching how to actually get clients online as well. And we've been doing that since 2020. And so in this video, I want to share with you some things that I know will help someone that's brand new to getting started online, because it can be confusing and it can be a little bit overwhelming. And one of the big roadblocks a lot of people find when they first start is like, what app do I use? And honestly speaking, I'd say that's probably the least important thing in the grand scheme of things. I want to explain that, but let me just touch on it quickly. The app you choose is really not going to make a big difference. Just choose one that feels good and looks good to you, because they all pretty much do a very similar thing, unless you're in a very tight niche and maybe you need a very specific type of training protocol that a specific app does. But generally speaking, if you're working with Gen Pop people who want to lose weight or build muscle, you can do that on any app, right? So don't get too hung up on which app to choose. Just choose one that you like. A couple that I like, right? Coach Catalyst, which we're an ambassador for, Trainerize, and then EverFit, because it's very simple. Those are three really good ones, and I've covered a video on my channel covering those three previously, but those are three I'd recommend. Once you've figured that out, the main things that are going to probably be confusing is like, what do you sell? What do you offer? Okay. And what I would say is the easiest thing to make money with as an online coach is selling something that's relatively premium and high priced. The hardest thing to do is sell something that's low priced and make money, because you need so much volume. And unless you're a big influential person, it's going to be really difficult to build a business around something that's very low ticket. So I would recommend starting with something that has a higher price point. And I'm not talking crazy money, £150 or $150 per month, up to £250 or $250 per month, and getting 10, 15, 20 clients. And then you're making a good amount of money, right? And then what you can do is you can bring in maybe a lower ticket offer afterwards, which is then going to maybe be something that you sell to people who can't afford your premium offer or your premium pricing, to actually then generate more revenue, more income, and ultimately nurture more people that could then maybe buy your premium coaching or your top tier pricing. So start with something that's higher price, not lower price. That would be my recommendation. Pick an app that's something that makes sense and feels good to you. And then also, I see a lot of people trying to pick multiple platforms and trying to do everything all at once, when what I found from my most successful clients inside of my academy is we just hone in on just one platform first, and we look at where they've got the most audience and where is their audience that they're trying to target, right? And I was just having a conversation with one of my clients, Heather, and all of her clients have come from Facebook. Okay, she's done a 5K month just on Facebook to her audience, because her audience are women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, right? And so naturally, they're going to be found on Facebook more easily than, let's say, TikTok, right? So we identified very early with her that her main priority should be that platform, Facebook, and finding people on Facebook, because that's where it's going to be easiest to build her business. And then once she kind of got the understanding of what to do there, what content to create, etc., right? Then we started to then move out into other platforms and experiment elsewhere. But if I could give you a piece of advice that I know would really make you more successful as an online coach, it would be to pick the right platform and just pick one and focus on one first, versus trying to do too many things at once, because honestly it can be overwhelming. And I would just focus on just a singular platform. If that's Instagram, choose Instagram. If that's Facebook, choose Facebook. If that's something else like LinkedIn, just commit to that for at least 90 days, get clients from it, and then move on to something else. But here's a little trick for you, is most of the clients that I work with, they don't get their first clients necessarily from their social media. They get it from their warm network of contacts of people that they've maybe worked with previously in a personal training setting, or maybe a colleague, or maybe a friend, or maybe just an acquaintance, or someone that they've just met along the way through life. And most of the people that I work with typically get their first 3 to 5 clients from their original network of people that doesn't require social media content to turn them into clients. So don't overlook the network that you've built, okay? Because the network that you've built can ultimately lead to those first 5 or even 10 clients. Because when I first started my business, I literally got my first 5 clients through a contact who then led me to the next ones. And that was my first 5 clients. And then I started generating clients through social media. So I got them from the real world, and then I got them from social media. So I hope you're listening to this, you're new to online coaching, you're trying to figure it all out, then just keep it as simple as you can and you'll be successful.